YouTube! I am your father. Nah, jokes aside, today's video, guys, is about the correct build for your PvP Brave Battles team because the need has arisen, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, Basically, currently the banner which is out enables newer players to get the current Brave Battles meta, which is this banner. And in case you don't know which units I'm talking about, I'm just going to show you which ones are the ones in question. Right, so there we are. The three characters you want to be getting for Brave Battles 8 the moment, if you haven't got them already, are this Kenpachi, this Yamamoto, and this Tsukishima. These three are part of the current Brave Battles meta, and Yamamoto and Tsukishima have both Brave Battle invincibility, which means the first 10 seconds of a fight they are able to survive. And apart from Kuriyashiki and Oku, these three are basically the characters you want to be using in Brave Battles. Now let's head over to my Brave Battles team and let me show you exactly how you should build these characters and why you should build them this way. Right, so here we are. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm only at third seed, I can't be bothered of lieutenant captain or head captain rank. I used to be at head captain, and then got demoted, and I can't be bothered to spend any more orbs in order to buy more tickets in order to progress because there is no need for me to stay in head captain. I'm nicely set at third seed lieutenant, and that's more than sufficient for me. Now let's get into this. Here you have the three units. Bear in mind, my Tsukishima is at 305. My Yamamoto is at 405, I think it was. Yeah, 405. And my Kenpachi is at 105. And they have been like this since the first time their banner came up. So I never pulled any of these three units afterwards again. Now let's get right into the build. Let's start with Tsukishima. Now with this kind of team setup, Tsukishima should be your main tank. Tsukishima is the one you want to be facing up against other players' Kenpachis or their Kuriyashikis, and that is why your Tsukishima should be built defensively as it gets. Now, in my case, I gave him Ishin's Charm with attack 30%. You should you could also put him with stamina 40%. It's up to you. For me personally, I was always worked with attack 30%. I gave him Gold Chappie, attack 30%, and Gold Chappie, Standard Chappie and Gold Chappie dispensers, both at 30% attack. Now, if you want to go full on crazy with full stamina build, you could also go on like something like their second ability all across the board stamina. However, in my case, it has been always sufficient to go on attack 30, but you can go either way. I personally would go the way I have built it, and this has all carried me all the way to head captain at one stage. So yeah. As for character links, you want to be choosing links that decrease his damage taken. Now, this is very crucial. And why this is so crucial? Because Tsukishima should act as your team's tank, which is why he has to receive less damage than the other two units. Say, for example, he's fighting against Kuruyashiki or an enemy Kenpachi. You want to be able to take as much damage while surviving and taking and dishing out some damage. And Yamamoto and Kenpachi are mainly there to help him out to beat these characters. So that's why you want to give him like units that have damage taken minus 20%. Preferably if you have hybrid links, even better. And in my case, I did give him a Tatsuki, normal attack damage plus 20%, and last ditch survival rate 100% because that worked out pretty well for me. You could also go across all the across the board with damage reduction, which is even better. But for me personally, this has worked out better. And yeah, it's up to you if you want to change this. This is not crucial for him to have damage reduction. Now, that's my Tsukishima. As for Yamamoto, he is my main damage unit. However, for character links, he does also have normal attack damage increase. So as for items, I gave him gold chappy, normal chappy, and electric guitar attack 30% all across the board. I was gonna give him like a hollow bait or something, but I don't want to reduce his stamina too much. I do switch it around from time to time. At times I work with him with hollow bait. At times I work with him with the electric guitar, and at times I even put on the captain's robe. Either one of these is all right. In my case, at the moment, I'm using the electric guitar, and this is working perfectly fine for me. And that is the build I've chosen for him for his accessories. As for character links, I gave him all across the board. Normal attack damage increased units. All of these have their extra slot up to level 5 at least. If you have them to level 10, even better, then it will increase damage output. But for me, I personally was never the person to put too much effort into PvP because that's not the game mode I'm playing Bleach Brave Souls for. But yeah, if you are somebody that likes to play PvP even more competitively, then definitely go all the way and level up your link slot units, because that is the secret in the end game of getting your characters up to a certain power level. Now, that is the build which I recommend for Yamamoto in general. Then the third one, which is a recent character, is Mind Kenpachi, and he has across the board attack. So I gave him a wooden sword, attack plus 30. Then I gave him normal chappy and a gold chappy, all of them attack 30. Why I give him a wooden sword? Because I don't want to reduce his stamina. You could also give him hollow bait, or the Shinji's hunting cap, or the electric guitar. If you haven't got the wooden sword, it's up to you. But this has worked perfectly fine for me, and this Kenpachi takes out the enemy's Yamamoto. So Kenpachi is basically the counter for the enemy Yamamotos. And Tsukishima is basically the counter for the enemy Kenpachis or the enemy Kuroyashikis. And your Yamamoto is basically taking out the enemy Tsukishimas or the enemy Jugrams. And that is the way you want to always arrange them, according to how your enemy has built his team. As for character links, I gave him Byakuya, normal attack damage plus 30%, Kisuke normal attack damage plus 20%, and Grinjo normal attack damage plus 16% with damage reduction. That has just made it even better for him. And that is basically my team setup for this team. Obviously, I have different teams, different occasions. I use different team builds. PvP is all about knowing how your opponents play. So build your team around the teams you're facing, and then you will always be up to date and not be falling into losses over and over again. And yeah, that basically concludes the video today, guys. I hope this was helpful, especially to the newer players out there that I've just recently been able to pull these characters. I hope this helped you out. And yeah, leave a like, leave a comment if you have any suggestions for me how to further make my content better for you guys, then do let me know. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Thanks for joining again. See you guys next time.